And we're back. Well, like I was saying, I'm just at the point where I'm like, I got to just make it all happen and do it all myself. You know what I mean? But I'm doing it with God. I'm seeing some signs, But like I said, I just hope people keep their word. Like I said, we need financial support, man. It's just that simple. It's all business. It has nothing to do with feelings. Feelings aren't facts. We need money. It's just what we need. We got to make this happen. We need funding. You know what I mean? With funding, I can get me another bicycle. I can start trying to see how much actual electric scooters are, even if they're not that fast to begin with. See what I can get, what I could start with. What people don't get, it's a very complicated process. There's a lot that goes in. I put a lot of money into being Batman. A lot. I expend resources like nothing all the time. $1,300 bat cycle, 7 bikes in inventory, over $200 to $300 each. That's nothing to me, but that's what it costs. Like I said, bro, I had like 11 bands. You know what I mean? I had to spend it on, regular costs too, but put a lot of money into this. Well, let's get back on topic, back to the Woffords. Like I said, it is absolutely hilarious. Charles Wofford is going through it. Charles and Shelley Wofford, the Woffords are going through it right now. It is ridiculous. Okay. And like I said, that's the look he had on his face. When that official was talking to him, he looked like his look on his face said, Ty told me about it. Ty was right. Right? Yeah, I told you. I told all these folks on here, you can't run around behaving like this and talking the way you talking, brother. You don't talk like that. Be you. And all you doing is stacking up karmic debt. It's just the truth. Karmic debt. Karma is real. Hold up. So yeah. No, you can't be running around like that, acting like that, man. You know what I mean? He just had a look on his face like, you know, I'm blah blah and I'm in trouble. Oh, for real. He looked, at, he looked at the camera with this immature look. He just looked at the camera like this, like that's how you look at the camera, right? The faces that you make, Charles, are some of the funniest faces I ever seen. They need to like. Do you remember like the Village Inn when you go eat at the Village Inn breakfast? You remember how they have that little funny face pancake like in Arizona? They got Village Inns in Arizona. They're not good hotels, but they're motel, very cheap. But yeah, they'd have the little funny face pancake. I used to love that pancake though. And like they need to like shape that after the faces you be making, Charles, while you're going through all your karma. Too funny. Too funny. Yeah. And like I said, finally these evil folks is having a hard time and going through it. Finally, we've been going through hell for decades, years. Finally, it already said in the reading today, it said the tables have turned. Clearly, I could see that. Thank you, God, for letting me know, because I could see just by looking at the walkers. It was clear as day. These folks, like I said, you got to understand, bro. Karma is real. God is real, man. You understand? Just is what it is. So that's what I'm saying. Like when you got folks that want to pretend, well, like I said, it's all on camera. It's funny as hell, dude. It's the funniest show I ever seen. Then people in the chat telling them they're like, man, Y'all always asking and begging for money. I told you, it's a sympathy plea every day. They got people in their chat saying exactly what I said, right? The exact same things I told them. Like, brother, you know, like you just don't make any sense. I mean, we've explained everything to you. Then he'll repeat what I say. Then he'll deny his own words. I mean, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. Can't even get their facts straight on anything. Like, yeah, you can't just sit on the side of the highway in a broken down van with no tire. I mean, that's common sense. He thinks he can. See, he thinks that's what them narcs think. They think the world just supposed to stop for them, right? You imagine the entitlement? Like, the dude literally explained it to him, you can't just sit here. He said it doesn't matter. Oh, yes, it does. Exactly. And the fact is, honestly, they've been really nice to you, right? And you ain't going through nothing, brother. You ain't going through nothing. All that stuff that you say is made up. Those are made up stories, bro. You ain't going through nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. You good. Like he talking perfectly fine. He walking perfectly fine, right? He went to jail for what, like a day for just a little bit, and he's whining, right? Come on, bro. Talking about I got this and that, and blah. No, you don't. See, everything is a sympathy plea, brother. How are you sitting there commenting about Batman and saying anything that you stated, right? When I mean everything you doing, like, come on, bro. Ain't nothing to be proud of, man. I'll tell you one thing I've never done is just like try to get like sympathy pleas. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't never done that. Ever. I ain't never ever done what you've done. I ain't never just begged. Never. This is a business. I provide a service. I'm a content creator. I survive off donations. People support me and y'all stay in your feelings about it. And then you just start typing and talking and aren't making any sense. You understand? What service do you offer though? Do you have a job? Nope. Come on, bro. Everybody's saying the same thing. I told you. Truth will always come to light, baby. Ain't you and your feelings. Real talk. The hell was that? How dare you, Rock? How dare you? You know who that Rock thinks it is. I show up just like Achilles when they like, Achilles! And Achilles ain't there. Achilles was getting busy. Achilles was getting it in. Yeah. I show up just like Achilles. Like, oh, what's good? You need me? He's like, perhaps we should have our blah, blah, blah when you're better rested. I should blah, 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 blah. Right? He said, why don't you, do it? Why don't you, do your own thing? You know what I mean? That's a great segment right there with Agamemnon. He says, of all the you know what lords, loved by the gods and pretty much feared by all, he said, that one right there, you know what I mean? Like he did, and you could just see it. And it's just like that with me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love it. And that's exactly what I am. Don't you ever get it twisted. I'm a you know what lord, like I told you. I'm a lot more than that. Ask about me. So, like I said, that's what folks don't get. Like, what you got to do, brother, what people don't understand, you got to build the walls of your kingdom so high that they have to acknowledge it, that they can't even see over them walls. That's what I'm doing. That's what people don't understand. I'm building the kingdom of God, brother. I'm building an empire, son. Literally. This is real. This ain't just, oh, internet fame. No. It's the whole empire, bro. I have the whole infrastructure built. I have everything waiting. Everything. All I need is the money. So what we need to start is we need the public to support. And with that, everything will come into play and fall into place. You know what I mean? Truly. You know what I mean? So like it's gonna happen, bro. It is gonna happen. There we go. But yeah, like I said, We're gonna stay moving forward. We're gonna stay doing what we do. Let them do what they do. That's about it, man. Like I said, that's what them folks do. Like, yeah, now you really can't stop me. Too famous. Too famous. The little excuses and the little nonsense. Yeah, nah. Can't do it no more. Like I said, what was the purpose of it in the first place? You know what I mean? Look at them. Look at them, how they move and how they do things, bro. The Woffords are hilarious, man. Oh my goodness. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. He almost took off. It's all good. He was quick. It was a beautiful duck. You understand? Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. We all in our element having fun, enjoying life. Them folks just going through it and they unhappy and miserable. Brother, that's how it's been for all of y'all, especially on YouTube. Every day is some major ordeal, right? Look, I told you, they in their feelings, they projected already. Oh my goodness. There they are. Oh, it's so funny. Yeah. Hello there, how are you? How's your failed rap career going? Oh my goodness. Can you imagine just sitting on your computer like that and you all up in your feelings because I'm successful? I've always been successful. Oh my goodness. That's what she do. She just sit there all day on the computer, real talk, with her vape and watch me and then, oh, I'm gonna type something. You can type whatever you want. What's the point of it? Like what? You are funny. So yeah, like I said, it is what it is. Karma real, God real. You understand? And like I said, we just continue to win. You know what I mean? Like I said, we bring the facts over here. It's reality. You understand? Yeah. And in reality, I am king, now and always. Yeah. Man, it's hilarious, bro. They cannot get it together. Can get right. I say can get right. That's crazy, man. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, man, folks be really funny, bro. Like real talk, bro. Reality never changes, bro. You understand? So what's up? What's good? You know what I mean? How you coping with my nonstop success? Huh? Tell me. Oh, I love it, man. I love it, bro. They all in they feels. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, the Whoppers are going through it majorly, bro. It's crazy, man. Like I said, he ain't even got a tire on the side of the highway. And then they're like, oh, they're doing this and that. They're doing their job. You're on the side of the highway, brother. Okay. You don't even have any money, right? You're not handling your responsibilities that you assumed yourself, right? Like I said, these folks hilarious, man. They want to act like it's confusing what's happened. Right, but they over here typing every day because they in their feelings. Yeah, no, it's clear as day what y'all do. Y'all are upset at reality, right? Yeah. So you start doing weird behaviors. What's that got to do with anything? That don't change reality, buddy. You know what I mean? No, the Woffords are still going through it. You understand? Meanwhile, all these folks, are going through what they're going through. Hell, we about to go on vacation, Christina and I. That's what's coming next. Trust me. I don't know when, but it's coming. So I mean, they already said the tables have turned. You know what I mean? And it's hilarious, dude. It is hilarious. So yeah, stay in your feelings. You know what I mean? Do that typing. I don't know who do that. Who go type on a keyboard because they going through it. What I mean, does that change anything? See, you could tell so-called women don't like to face reality. Finish. Yeah, Shelly didn't face reality either. And look at all of what they're dealing with and going through on the side of the highway. He just went to jail. He making up stories, looking for sympathy pleas. This lady's still on there begging and people actually sending a little bit of money. Why? Why? See, when you do that, you support evil. You understand? Oh, 100% we have an issue and a problem with it. That's what y'all do. These folks really be trying to get by with their narcissism, begging. That stuff is crazy. But yet the good people like me, we can't seem to get a dime of support. You understand? Like, yeah, I create my own support, but we don't get a dime, bro. Y'all give it to all these people who don't deserve it. Undeserving people that sit there and beg and won't work. You know what I mean? Some of them in their chat telling them, go get a job. Right. Come on, bro. I work every day hard as hell. Built my own business. Why should people like that be able to make any money, much less more money than me? That don't even make no sense. You know what I mean? I could care less because I already made and spent all the money, but I'm just saying, y'all are mad entitled, bro. It'd be crazy, son. Why am I doing this? I don't know why I'm. Hold up. Because I got to wear it so I can set my world record. My first one today. Hold on. Man, it took me a while just dealing with this. That's what y'all don't get. Y'all want to act like it's easy. It ain't easy. Like I said, that's my whole thing. Nobody helped me with a thing. Y'all don't help me every day. There's things I need help with every day with this. Y'all don't help me. I do it all by myself. That's why I'm Batman. You understand? Because you all sure as hell couldn't do what I do. I promise you. None of you people. Y'all got support systems. You mad entitled. You had it all handed to you. I have to get it out the mud. And that's the thing you don't get. People can never take it away from me. So what you're saying is a compliment. You understand? First of all. Second of all, I mean, say something that exists. You feel me? What? So yeah, like I said, reality ipso facto, I'm your boss. I'm wealthy. I'm the one who actually accumulated all the capital, self-funded, self-made. I'm the boss. I'm the one who run the streets. Like I said, I'm the mob. And it's just be funny as hell, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can't just sit on the side of the highway, brother. Why would that be confusing to anybody? That's all I'm trying to understand. Like, how is that confusing? Why would you not know, right, that you can't just sit on the side of the highway with no tire? No tire. You talk about this and that, at least blah blah blah. What do you mean? I mean, again, you're trying to glorify being in a position that nobody wants to be in. I mean, do you think that we want to be, in that position? What are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. These folks just type to type. That's called desperation, bro. You understand? Yeah. Like I said, I've always won. What do you mean? I'm the top dog. Yeah. Why do you think Andrew Tate talking about top G? Because he got that from me. All y'all do is copy me, man. I created everything that you Masons take and do. And y'all can't even come close. Y'all look silly trying to match my energy like the reading said. God speaks every time. The readings and the ancestors tell it all. What do you mean? I put some of them on the wall, not all of them. So our next order of business is help me to get another bicycle, right? What I need is an electric bike, electric scooter, but none of these folks want to actually put up any money, right? They're all for doing for themselves, but when it comes to doing something for someone else who's actually built the career, that's why it's played out, because y'all don't want to help that person. And that's crazy because I do what you could never do. Money in my hand will go a lot farther. You understand? You give me a couple of $100, I can go expand this and run up to Austin real quick and probably find work up there and build everything from scratch with nowhere to go up there and nothing, not knowing anybody. Not like that. People know me, but I don't know them like that. I stay to myself, man. Feel me? So I don't know what you mean because I got networks everywhere. I mean, I'm a boss. And by the way, networking is a weak thing. I don't network. I just know people. People know me. You know what I mean? People know me for being a gangster. Ask anybody. People know me for actually, being the real thug. You know what I mean? So that's the whole thing people don't get. I have a real reputation. I just don't worry about upholding it. My reputation precedes me, homie. Feel me? So like I said, that's the thing. When people actually figure out who I am, they're gonna be like, "Oh man, we really messed up." Yeah, you did, all of you. Yeah, bad. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, let folks do what they want, man. I ain't never leaned on a reputation. That's the thing. I ain't never given myself no excuse. Don't give me a pass. You understand? That's the difference. Feel me? I really am the streets. You know what I mean? I really come from the hood and the ghetto. So, like I said, it just be funny to me. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, you got to understand, bro, I'm already unstoppable. I am. I'm unstoppable. You tell yourself what you want. I'm telling you the truth. I know I'm unstoppable. And I'm too smart. Like I said, I built my own bat suits. I did all this myself. You understand? Yeah, now the Wofford's going through it, man. Just sitting on the side of the highway. He go to jail. You know, it's cold for now, which really ain't a good thing because it's probably freezing out there sometimes at night. You know what I mean? And that's all they doing. Just, oh well, I'm gonna go complain to social media. You don't have a platform. Ain't nobody watching you. The thing is, nobody knows them. Nobody knows who the hell they are. It's just the truth. A lot of people on this platform, they talk, but people aren't watching them. I'm just saying reality. You feel me? Like, man, you in your feelings over that? You in your feelings and you talking about the Wofford. That's kind of odd, right? Do you notice how you never seem to acknowledge reality? You're part of the red triangles. So what do you mean? Everything that you've done in the past, what that just disappeared? We don't remember? What are you talking about? The Woffords were going through it, right? Back in the day because of everything that the red triangles were doing. I'm sorry, but what? Are you really in this chat plan? See what I'm saying? They talk to talk. What's the purpose? That's all I'm asking you. I don't feel no way about you typing something that doesn't exist. I'm asking you a question. They think they're above reproach. They can't answer questions. And the fact is that they're all just in, deeper into a delusional stupor every day because of my success. This is how crazy Batman's made Gotham. You want order in Gotham, right? Well, Batman will have to take off his mask. That's exactly what's happening. What are you talking about? Yeah, y'all folks are losing it, bro. You understand? When you talking that nonsense that don't exist, how would I feel anyway? It's impossible to respond to something that doesn't exist and ain't the truth and ain't real. It's just that simple. See, that's why folks don't understand. When you try to explain yourself to people, you give power away, something I've never done. You understand? That's why I don't understand these folks. They think it's like some internet thing they do, but it doesn't translate to reality. If I speak, you got to acknowledge my position. You understand what I'm saying? So what's up? Exactly. You know what I mean? That's what happens when you sit online all day and you're typing, but other people are setting 324 world records. Other people are getting in shape. Other people are getting up. Other people like me, right? Ain't afraid to work hard. So we getting up every day and we building an empire in front of you and you just sitting there. That's why you feel like that. You understand? Like I said, that all comes from y'all. That's a personal thing you going through. You feel me? Yeah, like I said, because I get up every day and I build. I'm so far, astronomically far beyond all of y'all. It ain't even close. Always was, always will be, because I work hard, because I get up. We over 189 bucks. That total gun crew more today, bro. We lining a check. That's all we do is make check after check after check. I make a full living doing this. The people support me somewhat, but we need financial support. It can't just be emotional support and honks and applause and saying Batman, that's cool. I like it. Don't get me wrong. And I do have mad love for all my fans. I truly do, like real love. You know what I mean? But, we need money, man. We need financial support, truly. And that's the thing. Like, I never was like these folks that on social media all the time. I was never just waving my phone around like Jack Doherty, like, oh, I'm famous. Like, you know what I mean? That Jack Doherty, he funny as hell, man. All them folks, like I said, I mean, why do you think they even act like that? Because they work for the system. They're all federal informants. You understand? That's the truth. That's what I believe. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. That dude right there, bro. That's crazy, bro. And y'all just be sitting there just talking. That's what's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I don't got to spell it out or explain it. It's just crazy. Y'all will really tolerate that stuff and let him just talk in front of you and say whatever he want. What is that? You know what I mean? And then y'all got these fake security teams. They ain't about nothing. You understand? Like real talk, bro. That stuff is crazy, man. Like real talk, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I said, like it is what it is. I ain't even gonna go into it. It's not even my concern. It's not my business. Let people do what they do. He broke. He don't got no money. He's like the Woffords. Real talk. Same exact situation. There ain't no difference in it. Let me get some water real quick in this bottle. I don't know what's up with my voice. Hopefully it'll come back, but it got to do with what I just went through. So see, I'm not faking it. Like I never fake nothing. Everything I ever told you I went through is a fact. Everything. Survived the impossible, homie. I'm the immortal vampire. And act like this a game. It ain't no game. Look at me today. I put this on. Yeah, I got up. I said, today's the day. I'm going to go ahead and make my comeback completely. I don't care what I'm going through. You think I ain't feeling it? Oh, I am. I'm feeling it, but I'm going to keep pushing. I refuse to lose. I refuse to give up and I refuse to quit. And that's why I win because I believe in myself and I believe in God. Hold on. So yeah, like I said, all these people they telling themselves, like, yeah, that's all y'all about the same thing. Right? On a computer, much less. Oh my goodness, bro. Right. You ain't even about that. The fact is these folks about none. Yeah, now the Wofford's are going through it. It's funny as hell, bro. Parked on the side of the highway and he just looking at the camera like, oh, I got caught. Why all y'all pull out the camera every time? Why is it always about, oh, I'm on camera? Like they really think like that camera is just everything. Like it's crazy to me. Y'all don't even got social media platforms. You're not famous. You never will be. Nobody cares, brother. You ain't gonna get famous begging and you know and copping a plea, a sympathy plea. You know what I mean? That's not how it works. And all them rappers caught pleas, all them rappers have snitched, told, sung like a canary. But y'all don't want to talk about that, right? Y'all don't want to talk about all the truth and the rumors, even about all them folks, all them rappers, all of them. You know, every single one of them has just made their image just, I mean, they just, I don't know, it's ridiculous. But you don't want to talk about that, huh? But I don't have none of that. But you got something to say? You can't have nothing to say but something positive. You feel me? Like I said, why would I feel any way about somebody typing something that they don't even believe in isn't their real opinion? Hmm? I wouldn't because it makes no sense. So, like I said, I love it, man. I absolutely love it, bro. You know what I mean? Like I said, and you know, at the end of the day, like I said, I just make check after check. You know what I mean? Here's this dog again. This dog been out here. I feel so bad for it. And yeah, but I don't know. Hope he's all right, man. Little dog. He's trying to do what he can. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, nah, man, we should be focusing on this, like helping the dog. You know what I mean? We should be focusing on, you know, people should, you know, do the right thing, man. You know what I mean? And be able to assume their responsibilities. That's all. You know what I mean? That's the same thing with him. That's probably a sign from God. That's the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hope they're all right, man. You know what I mean? That's the sad part. You know what I mean? Because it's just crazy, bro. But like I said, yeah, now the Woffers are on the side of the highway going through it, right? And like, what do y'all think? Like, they really be thinking that they're gonna build a platform when it ain't based off love and positivity? How? What? And folks still entertaining lies saying that they gonna make digital money. I already told you, ain't a single one of you ever gonna make a dime on here, ever. Your content is not made for this platform, brother. Okay, just because they don't enforce the rules, I mean, that's fine. When we get to court, they're gonna have to. They're not gonna have a choice, buddy. It's their policy. That's the point. They're a part of this. They were in on it. Yep. So what do you mean? Hmm? You think you're saying something? You're not. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't understand the purpose of talking with no, you know, substance. You feel me? I'm educated and intelligent. You know, I work every day, every single day. These folks haven't worked in the past, I don't know, 60 years. None of them. They live off the government. So what does that mean? The government has everything to do with it. They're in on it. Exactly my point. You understand? So that's the thing. People keep wanting to call it this group and that group. Brother, it's just the way of the world, man. It's just people are soft, people are sensitive, and people don't want to work hard. So let them do what they do. Because while they continue to fail, I continue to succeed and build more every day. You understand? I'm your superhero, and you're gonna have to continue to deal with the monster you created. You feel me, homeboy? Yeah, like I said, you wish you looked like this. 100%, right? Well, why you talk like that, but you don't talk like that in reality? I want to know because anything I'm saying, I say in front of everybody. Huh?
How you like that? Look at my beautiful grill. Beautiful. The way God made me. Yeah, I'm beautiful. Right. I make money every day. You want to be me? What's up? Right. Come on, bro. Out here every day. You understand? Them folks don't even have money for nothing. Like nothing, bro. Can't afford nothing. That's crazy. Like you got to earn your spot. You got to earn a voice. You can't just talk the talk. Feel me? You got to walk the walk, baby. But yeah, no, they going through it, man. The Walfords, he's silly as hell, bro. He be on camera just looking. He is hilarious, bro. I see you looking. He's funny as hell. I got a ton of honks today. Like we getting the support, but we just need financial support. And that's my thing. Like I'm gonna keep saying it every day until it changes completely, and it's an everyday thing. I should be getting financial support and funds on here every day. I should be walking away from these shows with over $1,000 in my pocket. Literally, I'm not playing. Easily, if not thousands. You understand? And I'm gonna keep on talking because I know exactly what I'm doing, right? And I'm the greatest influencer of all time and the most powerful. You know what I mean? Real talk. So it is what it is, man. We're gonna get this money. Trust me, we're gonna get to the bag. You know what I mean? And what are we at? I think we're at like $456 anyway in total with everything coming in. Hold on. Let me check that. Fact check. See, I like to check my facts before I talk, right? Unlike you. Yeah, 456. $456.94, somewhere around there. I got to see if I got the cash right that I didn't count again. But we're going to stay moving. We're going to stay grooving and doing what we do. Like I said, people can come do my training today. 50 bucks for a 30-minute session, 100 bucks for an hour session. I'm just a normal dude. I'm right down the block. And that's it, man. We real. You know what I mean? So let other people do what they do. All right. We'll be back in a minute. I'm going to set these world records.